Hi everybody, I'm going to go ahead and work through Access Chapter 4 chapter material because there's been a couple questions about some things. So all I have right now is the file that is in the Dropbox that you should have downloaded. If you notice over on the left, you've got your different objects, and right now there are 4 different objects: tables, queries, forms, and reports. I am on page 217, and what we're going to do is we're going to open up the client financial report. So I'm going to go to the object reports and then find the particular report that we want. We're going to go ahead and right click on client financial report. We're going to open it in layout view. Okay. While I do that, then I'm going to go ahead and minimize the navigation pane over here on the left, just so you can see more. Notice that there are different fields: client number, name, type, amount paid, that are on this report. We want to group and sort, so we want to put these in some kind of order, and usually when you group, you want to put some kind of statistic about that group, whether it's a count or a total, some sort of total or statistical value for that group of records. We want to come up here to the group and sort. It's on the Report Layout Tools Design, Group and Sort. Then if you notice at the bottom, this group and sort pops up. We want to add a group. Now I've turned the page to 218, so we're going to go ahead and click Add a Group button. And the group that we want to, the field that we want to group this report by, the records in this report, are client type. So in this list, I'm going to find client type. So that's nonprofit, retail, and service. Those are the types or categories that the clients could be in. The next thing we do is within each of these groups, do you see it's not really in any particular order? So we want to add a sort within this group. So we're going to go ahead and say add a sort. I'm on 219 now. And within each of these groups, we want to arrange these rows or records by the client number. So I'm going to add client number. So we're grouping on client type, we're sorting on client number. So if you look up here at the report, then it's client type, and then within each type it's ordered by the client number. Okay. The next thing we want to do, you obviously would want to read through page 220 and 221, and what we want to do then is go ahead and turn to, let's see here, you want to go ahead and read, and then we're going to turn to 222, and we're going to click on the amount paid column. One of the things that you want to be aware of is when you're working with this, we want to be on the name of the field, not on a value. Okay. Once we have that selected, on the ribbon we want to find the Greek sigma, or that funny looking E that says totals. We're going to click that button down, and we're going to say, you know what, we want to sum the amount paid by group. Okay, and I'm going to just do a little, make that just a little bit larger so we can see those numbers. So all I did was select the heading, I went up to this total button, and I picked the statistic that I wanted for that column by group. So every time the group changes, it gives a total there. So that's cool. All right, we're on 223. It says to use the same technique for current due and total amount. So we can do that. We can come up here and click on current due, come over to the total button, pick sum. It takes a few seconds. total amount. Is that what it wants? Let's see. Current due, total amount. So I click on total amount. Remember, the biggest thing students do here is they're clicking on the numbers. You really want to be on that label at the top for this particular process. Pick sum, and then hours year to date. Same thing. We're going to do sum. So these 4 columns, or these 4 fields, now have a total by the client type. Then if I scroll down to the bottom of the report, you'll see there's also a grand total automatically placed there when you do that. Okay. Now what we want to do is get rid of this group and sort, because we're kind of done with that. So I'm going to come up to the ribbon, and all I do is click that button away. Now it doesn't take away the grouping and sorting, it just removes that bottom part from your screen. So go ahead and turn to 224, and we're going to look at some conditional formatting. On this one, we want to actually click on a actual field, not the header here. We actually want to be on one of the numbers. I usually pick the first one, and you know, it could be any of these as long as it's one of the data numbers, not the, you know, the details, not this footer, not the heading, but actually on the number. All right, now we want to click on the conditional formatting, which is in the report layout under format, conditional formatting. And we're going to put a rule in here. There isn't a rule, so we have to put a new rule. And we're going to say, you know what, we want to, let's see, what is the value that we want here? New rule. We want greater than or equal to 1,000. So we're going to check values in the current record. Field value is greater or equal to, and then I click in this next box and I just type what that condition is. So that's 1,000. So I'm saying, hey, in this record, if the field, which is current due, is greater than or equal to 1,000, that's the condition. Now what do I want to do? That's down here, right? Right now it says no format. So if I hit OK, nothing's going to change because I didn't tell it what to do if that condition is met. So what we want to do is we're going to change the color of the font. And what do they want us to do? A dark red. That's this corner one. So I'm saying, hey, if this value in this row is greater or equal to 1,000, make the text red. If I had more things that I want to do, for example, if I wanted to make it bold, if I wanted to italicize it, I could just click, I could do a fill background, and then you're going to get a preview here of what it is that your condition is. So I think that's all we want to do for that. So we're going to go ahead and say OK and apply it. OK, and you're going to look at any value here where they owe us more, $1,000 or more. So like if you're in business, these are the people you want to get a hold of and say, you know what, like pay me some money. Okay, so it's really easy now because it stands out as a red. All right, we're going to go ahead right up to the top and just do a quick save on that. Save button up here, the little picture of the disk. And now we're going to look at filtering. And what's really nice about filtering is that you can have a report and go in here and just look at a subset of it, and that's what the filter is going to do. And so the key is that you want to be, like the easiest way is to find what you want to filter out. Okay, so I'm sitting, what we're going to try and look at is, you know what, I want to get a list of people who have paid me money. Okay, so in other words, it's not equal to a 0. So this amount paid field is not a 0. That's what I want to look at here. So I find the 0, and then I'm going to go ahead and do a right click, and then right down here, there's some number filters you can do, but there's some that are already built in. And I don't want the ones that equal 0. I want the ones that do not equal 0. In other words, the people that have paid me money. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And immediately, the number of records that I see on this report, same report, haven't done anything. I've just filtered out those with a 0. The ones that are zeros are not showing. Okay, so you can make a subset. Now, I'm going to go ahead and clear that. So I'm going to do a right click, clear filter from amount paid. Okay, so you can add it. So if we did it the other way, let's say I want to just look at the people that haven't paid me money. I'm going to sit on the 0. I'm going to right click and say, you know what, show me everybody that equals 0. These are the 4 people that have never paid us any money. You know, those might be people you want to contact. Same thing, I want to get rid of it. I'm going to say clear the filter. All right, next thing, 229. We already did that. We cleared that. So let's turn to page 230. And all we're going to do is save and close. So I'm going to come up to this button up here and save it. And I'm going to close out of this report. And I think at this point I'm going to end this movie, and then I'll pick up next one starting after printing, probably on 232. All right, guys, thank you.